Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this FS25 Highlands Fishing tutorial video. In this video I'll show you how you can repair this cow pasture. Because in the comments I was told that this cow pasture is broken. The meadow doesn't work. It's always 0 liters. And by the way, I'm sorry for the German text. This video here is a voiceover over my German tutorial because it takes quite a while to do all the mowing that is needed. And it's already late at night and I thought I better make it fast than not at all in English. And that's why it's a voiceover. Okay, yeah, the problem is somehow this meadow is buggy. It doesn't work. Even if you sleep a lot of nights, it never grows. And you could sell all the cows, delete this pasture and build a new one. And then it would work if you let the grass grow. Then it's perfectly fine. But that costs quite a lot of money. A new barn would be good with the building. Then you would have water automatically. With this here, you need to feed water all the time. And because the water trough is very small, but the disadvantage of this solution is it's not only the cost of the new barn, but also the cost of the fence. And as it is a huge lot, this fence is really expensive. So it's an easy solution with an advantage, but a lot of costs. And then I thought that should go cheaper. I tried to repaint the grass in the build menu. Sometimes that helps, but in this case it didn't help. And yeah, one time it worked, and then 5 times it didn't work. And then I decided, okay, I don't know why it worked one time. It's not a solution that I can offer to you. And therefore I thought, what could I try else? Mow all the grass, because when you grow decorative grass that is not growing, especially this big variety, then if you are lucky it regrows and behaves like normal meadow grass that you can use for harvesting always, ever and ever again, and also for feeding your cows. But we have a problem. We can't open the fence for the tractor and the mower. That doesn't work. It's blocked. And if you play on PC, you could just take the tractor and the mower with lumberjack mod or whatsoever mod that gives you superpowers, and then you just lift them over the fence. But what to do if you play on console? And I thought about what could a console player do in this situation. You could build a ramp with decorative objects. And I tried to build a ramp and I figured one solution out. And luckily we got new wood stacks with this pack, and we can make really good use of those new wood sticks. It's in the decoration area, rather far down. And yeah, we are building quite a huge ramp now. It stays cheap, but it's huge. And if you don't like it, you can delete it after building. This is the wood stack that you can use. And here you can see one side the slope is rather friendly, and the other one, the slope is rather steep. Even the not so steep slope is a little bit too steep, but it works, and the other one is just too steep. So we have to stack this into each other, that we have this smooth slope at both sides. And we need to make the top rather wide, because if we want to go there with a loading wagon later, we need some space at the top that we don't get stuck at the top. So now we start building the first layer, and we need to build in the free build mode. And it's B on PC, and in the menu you can see the button you need to press on console for the free build mode. And always when you see this red thing, now I entered the free build mode. Even if in the free build mode, you have to take care that it doesn't lift on top of other things, for example, the fence. So you have to build rather careful. And I place 3 side by side. 2 would be enough, but because we need to go there with quite some speed, I prefer a width of 3 of those wood sticks. So now the first layer is done, and now the second one. And yeah, it's a little bit fiddly. You can't go as far to the right as you would want, so it stays a little bit higgledy-piggledy at the top, but that's okay. So here is a good place. Now, carefully, okay, and 2 more, like so. Okay, and you see it's a bit wobbly at the top, but that is not a problem. And now we need to turn it, that we have the smooth slope at the right side. And then we go over the fence to the other side, like so. And very careful again. And you see how it's lifting when we come too close to the other one. So we can push them in each other, but not completely. But like that, it's okay. And on the way into the barn, it worked for me like that. But the way out was always a little bit of a problem. And therefore I will add some other wooden stacks later, but not now, because I want to show it to you that it's too difficult without the additional wood. And I have these smaller ones like that. But we don't build them now, only later when I try to leave the fence. So now this ramp is prepared. And the good thing is you don't need any mods for this. It's just part of the Highland fishing. And now I deactivate the crop destruction, because we need to have some space to become fast enough for our tractor. So, and we need the New Holland now, because it has more horsepower than the JCB, and we need as much horsepower as possible. So now I put the weight here, and then I take the front mower and I attach it to the back. Not for mowing, but for our jump over the fence. Because on the front it wouldn't work. And later we switch it to the front, how it should be. Okay. And now I drive into the field that I have enough distance to get enough speed for that. And therefore the crop destruction off. So. And then it's always a little bit exciting, and you need a little bit of good luck that it works, and maybe some tries. And then a deep breath, and sooner or later you dare to. Come on, yes, you can do it. You can do it. Yes, yes. And here we are inside this pasture. And now I have to put the front mower to the front. Yeah, and in a way it's a little bit complicated and it takes a while, but it was fun doing it. It was even fun to do it 5 times and to figure out how to build the best ramp and at which place and so. Somehow it's a nice adventure. So, and now the mowing starts. And I didn't record the whole mowing because it takes a while. But I did the whole mowing. And it's needed. Only the area where you do the mowing will work to feed the cows. So it doesn't help to mow only part of it, then you have only a part of the available grass that can feed the cows. Yeah, and when the cows are standing in the way and you don't want to drive through them, then you have to come back for this leftover piece. Okay, here now everything's done. And now we are on our way back. I could, however, just set it back to the dealership. That would be a little bit easier. But I want to come back with a loading wagon to get all the grass. And then we don't have the solution to reset it to the dealership, because then the grass would be empty. And I want to have the grass to feed the cows and to feed the sheep. And you don't need to collect the grass. You could just leave it as it is. The grass will regrow and the cows will be happy. But from my feeling, it's not so nice to have those grass swaths staying there forever, because they would stay there forever. And it's also bad for the performance when there are so many swaths laying around. And so that could slow down the game, and even if you have more and more swaths laying around, it could crash your computer or your console. And therefore it's good to remove it with the loading wagon. So now we need speed again. Come on, yes, yes. And rums. So that didn't work. So we need to make the slope even smoother at the lower area. And yeah, that's no problem. It doesn't look so nice as without those, but it works. And we have to use the free build mode again. And then we can put two side by side. And if we would stack them further, they would go on top of each other. And we don't use this for those planks, but for the next ones, we use it and build a little stair. Like so. And here again. So, and here we make it a little bit higher. When they are just on top of each other, they stack. And here we stack a little bit less. And then we have like a little staircase. Yeah. And we do the same at the other side, because with the loading wagon it's more difficult to use this ramp, and maybe it would work, but as we are already doing this, we can do it on this side also. So I guess without those nice old-fashioned wood stacks, it would have been more difficult to find this solution. So now, and speeding up again, and yes, 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 here we are. And now we can get the loading wagon. So with the method selling all the cows and by building a new barn, we would be already done for quite a while now. But I think this is more fun. Even if it takes quite a while. Usually there is no need to build a ramp to rush over the fence, but this is a very useful reason for such an adventure. Okay, now we speed up. Come on. Yes. I'm always a little bit hesitating before starting. Now here we are. Yes. Faster, faster. Yeah. Okay, now I collect the grass. For this video, I only collect one load of the loading wagon, because I don't really need the grass and I won't use the save game again. But if you do it on your beloved save game, then I would recommend to collect all the grass. Yeah, even if you don't need it to feed your animals, it's better for the performance. So now the loading wagon is full and we are on our way back. And this is the biggest adventure of them all. Yeah, it nearly didn't work, but here we are. And that's why I needed the strong tractor. With the JCB, it wouldn't have worked. But with this New Holland, it works quite nicely. Yeah, and you can do whatever you want with this grass. And yeah, you have seen how difficult it was with the loading wagon. And when I didn't have those three behind each other, I was hanging on top of the ramp with the loading wagon not touching any wheel, and the back wheel of the tractor was in the air as well, and then I was stuck there. And therefore I decided, okay, I need some area on top of this to be able to cross the ramp. And here we see the meadow is still 0 liters, which is normal because we just mowed everything. And so we have to sleep to the next month, and we have to sleep twice because now the grass behaves like normal grass. On the first month after mowing, it's in the growing stage, and on the second month after growing, it gets harvest ready, and only then we have something on the meadow. So let's sleep and let's check in the menu, and 0. No grass on the meadow, which was expected because now it's very tiny and just growing. So we have to sleep again. Now this is done, and now here we have it. It's 45,000 liters, which is good. Yeah, so they can eat quite a while from that. And now we go to the pasture and have a look whether it's really bigger. And we have to be aware right now the cows still have 0 health because I never gave them any water. They need water to become healthy. And from the moment on when the grass is eatable for them, it takes 2 days until they reach full health. So it's normal that they are not healthy because of the water and the time they need to eat and recover from all this being hungry. Yeah, so we can check here again and we see 0 health. It's the Gesundheit, but it will become better. Okay. Thank you for your support as a Ruby channel member. If you want to buy FS25 or a DLC, feel free to use my code OMATANA. You'll find the link for the PC version in the video description. It doesn't cost you anything extra and supports me a lot. Now I wish you a wonderful day, thank you for watching, and all the best till next time. Tschüss!